Radical Education. Throughout Radical Education, we'll be focusing on the educator A.S. Neil and his experimental school, Summerhill School in Suffolk. Alexander Sutherland Neil, 1883 to 1973, was a radical educator. His philosophies can be closely linked to that of progressive educator John Dewey and Maria Montessori. Much of Neil's influence came from the psychologist Freud. The most important aspect of Freud's thinking and philosophy for Neil was his idea of freedom in children's development and education, also known as the free child and the free school. Neil strongly believed child psychology should be at the core of educational thinking. Howlett 2013 suggests that it was Neil's own unhappy experience of school and witnessing the punishment of pupils that were out of order with no regard to their emotional welfare that sowed the seeds of his educational philosophies. These philosophies can be summarised from his 1960s work, Summerhill, A Radical Approach to Child Rearing. These philosophies are: a good faith to the goodness of the child. The aim of education is to work joyfully and to find happiness. Education is about both intellectual and emotional development. Education needs to match the specific needs of the individual child. Discipline and punishment is harmful to the child development. Freedom does not mean license, it must be a two-way process. And learning and development needs to be free from guilt. Neil highlighted how critical he felt it was that children experience freedom at a young age. He said this had to start at home. He claimed that for children to fully experience freedom, they must first have unconditional and welcoming love from their parents, for that no amount of freedom given to children at school will counteract the influence of a bad home. Summerhill School in Suffolk was opened by Neil in 1921. The school follows a radical approach to education. In response to Neil's theory that children are capable of learning and developing without adult guidance, it is therefore a democratic school where children can choose their own learning without adult influence. The children are allowed to pick the lessons they would like to attend with a start-up sheet at the beginning of term. However, there is no more obligation to turn up to those lessons for the rest of term. Within Summerhill's day-to-day running, pupils are encouraged to board at the school and have little interaction with parents throughout the term. Whilst most students are boarders, there are also a few daytime attendees. All pupils pay for their school fees and the school receives absolutely no funding from the state. There are no formal leaders or in-control adults within the school. It is run as a democratic community. Therefore, all children and adults have equal control. There are weekly democratic meetings where two people run the meeting, and if there is a rule or change within the school, somebody can put it forward and vote, and everybody gets to make an equal vote. Summerhill has come under fire many times. The biggest attention the school received was the controversial Ofsted report in '99 that nearly closed the school. The school fought back and is still standing now, nearly 100 years later, with the same day-to-day principles as in 1921 when A.S. Neil opened it. It is now run by his daughter. Whilst there is no obligation to attend lessons, the 2014 and 2015 GCSE results proved immaculate success within the school. In 2014, the school came out 1.5% above national average for children achieving A star to C grade GCSEs, and an incredible 3.5% above national average for the same criteria in 2015. Summerhill's last available Ofsted report was rated good overall, however it did rate outstanding for the behaviour of pupils, the overall welfare, health and safety of pupils, and the quality of provision for pupils' spiritual, moral, social and cultural development. Subjects on offer at Summerhill include the core subjects of English, mathematics and science. However, Neil promoted the aesthetic subjects such as craft, art, drama and dance, so that non-academic students were given the ability to shine and exceed within their community. He also encouraged the children to play outside freely from the adults' influence. The end.